Well, fishing's part of my life. So, you know, I'm all about work-life balance. So currently we're in Whangārei Harbour, one of my local haunts. It's very close to what is now a marine reserve, an area I used to fish when I was a young fella. And there's lots of little sneaky little spots here, and there's some fantastic spots outside the harbour. So it's a great fishery. People ask me what I do for a job. Well, fishermen are renowned storytellers when it comes to yarns. And I say I make TV shows. And that's primarily what I do. So I make the Fishy Business TV show. I've been lucky enough to incorporate what I love to do into my everyday work. Obviously love to fish. I told Craig we might get a few late winter snapper. I love to cook and prepare fish, so creating recipes, trying different things, smoking fish. That's all exciting to me. That's all part of what I love. That's what I'm doing. I'm just sharing my life experiences. Squid, you use a squid jig. It's got prongs on it. And squid come in behind it and they put their tentacles over it and these little prongs catch their tentacles. Oh, now you're asking. If I'm getting really flash, probably what I do is get my hibachi out, Japanese charcoal grill, heat that up, season the squid with a bit of soy and mirin and just glaze that over it while I'm grilling it on the hot coals, and that's just like to die for. One thing I didn't tell you, I've written 2 cookbooks. I did a food show for a couple of years too, produced a food show called New Zealand Food Culture, which is all about what Kiwis eat, how certain styles of cooking came to be, how the hangi came to be, and is butter chicken really butter chicken, and New Zealand ingredients, you know, paua, crayfish, seafood. So, you know, don't learn from reading a book. I learn by trying and doing things myself, doing it hands-on. When it comes to boating and water safety, I'm a big, let's take the safe option every time. So if the weather's not right, I don't go. If something's not right, don't go. I first built an association with Stabicraft with Paul Adams, one of the founders, many, many years ago when I first started doing fishing shows. I've always had a like for pontoon boats because I saw the benefit from early days, even with just little inflatables that I used to use. The stability of pontoon boats and the safety of them made a lot of sense to me. Having fished out of normal tinnies and seeing how unstable they were and risks that you could have, and then I saw these stabies which sort of they were like an inflatable but they're aluminium, and that made sense because they're rugged and reliable but they're stable. So I got in contact with Paul and said, look Paul, I'm doing this TV show. This is what I do, this is me. And he said, well, yep, sure. And from that, the venture started with Stabicraft. We've gone through some very quiet times today, and you get that in fishing, but what you have to do is just keep working. But sometimes it's a change of the tide or a little change of the wind, and things come back on. But if you keep working at it, that's when you get the results. It's been a case of, again, work, lifestyle, rather than lots of money and you know, being rich. I wouldn't say I'm rich, I'd say I'm comfortable, but I've worked really hard and my wife's worked really hard to make us comfortable. But in that time we've been enjoying ourselves the whole time.
And Raven's hooked up, the fishing is just going sensational today. What do you reckon, fellas?
Yes, definitely.
What I have seen, and I learnt pretty early on, is a lot of people, they work all their life to have a good lifestyle, and then they retire and they don't last that long afterwards. Whereas I'm having a great lifestyle, having a good work lifestyle, and yeah, when I finally depart, I will have no regrets.